My friends, let me tell you something today. There is a power within you greater than any obstacle you will ever face. There is a strength in you that no storm can shake. But the question is, do you believe it? Do you believe that you were made for something greater? That you were placed on this earth with a purpose? Some of you are walking through life carrying doubt, carrying fear, carrying the weight of every mistake you've ever made. And the enemy whispers in your ear, you're not good enough, you'll never make it. But I'm here to tell you, that's a lie. You were made in strength, created with purpose, designed for victory. Life will throw trials your way. You may fall, you may stumble, but don't you dare give up. Stand up, keep going, keep believing, because the only thing standing between you and your destiny is your willingness to believe in the power that's already inside of you. There is a fire in your soul, a light that no darkness can put out, but you've got to feed that fire with faith, feed it with perseverance, feed it with the truth that you are more than a conqueror. So today I ask you, will you believe? Will you silence the voices of fear and doubt? Will you rise up, shake off the past, and step into the future that is waiting for you? Because, my friend, when you believe in you, nothing can stop you. My friends, hear me when I say that you are not an accident, not a mistake, not a random occurrence in this vast universe, but you are here for a reason, designed with intention, placed in this moment, in this time, in this life, because there is something only you can do, something only you can accomplish, something only you can bring into the world. And no matter how many times you have doubted yourself, no matter how many times life has tried to break you, no matter how many times you have fallen down, the truth remains the same. You are created with purpose. From the moment you took your first breath, from the time you opened your eyes and let out that first cry, from the instant you entered this world, there was a path set before you, a calling upon your life, a journey waiting to unfold. And even though challenges may come, even though obstacles may rise, even though the road may seem unclear, there is something within you, something unshakable, something undeniable that whispers to your heart, you are meant for more. And that voice, that feeling, that pull deep within you is not an illusion, not a fantasy, but a divine truth calling you to step forward in faith, in boldness, in confidence, because there is no one else like you, no one else with your gifts, your talents, your unique way of seeing the world. And that is no accident. That is by design. And yet, so many live in doubt, so many live in fear, so many live with the weight of comparison, believing they are not enough, believing they are too small, too broken, too lost to make a difference. But that is the greatest deception of all. Because purpose is not about perfection. Purpose is not about having all the answers. Purpose is not about never failing, but it is about rising even when you fall, about standing even when you feel weak, about moving forward even when you don't see the whole path. Because when you trust that you were created for a reason, when you understand that your life is not an accident, when you believe that there is a higher calling pulling you towards something greater, you stop letting fear have the final say. You stop letting the past define your future. You stop letting doubt be the master of your destiny, and you start living with boldness, with fire, with the unshakable belief that you are here for a reason. No mountain is too high, no valley is too low, no storm is too fierce for the one who knows their purpose, for the one who refuses to quit, for the one who understands that even in the darkest moments, even in the hardest seasons, even when everything seems to be falling apart, there is still a plan unfolding, a destiny being written, a victory waiting to be claimed. And that purpose is not found in the opinions of others, not found in worldly success, not found in status of fame, but it is found in the depths of your soul, in the quiet voice inside that tells you to keep going, keep believing, keep pressing on, because your life matters, your story matters, your journey matters, and no amount of failure, no amount of struggle, no amount of pain can erase the truth that you were created with purpose. Look at the world around you, look at the lives you've touched, look at the moments where you made a difference, even when you didn't realize it, even when it seemed small, even when it felt insignificant, because every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every moment of perseverance in the face of adversity is proof that your life is making an impact, that your presence is shaping the world, that you are not just passing through this life unnoticed, but you are leaving a mark. You are building something greater. You are walking a path that no one else can walk, because no one else is you. No one else carries what you carry. No one else holds what you hold. And the world needs what you have to give. The world needs your light, your passion, your unique spirit, because without you, something would be missing. Something would be incomplete. Something would be left undone. And so, my friend, I urge you, I plead with you, I challenge you, do not shrink back, do not hide, do not doubt the greatness that is within you, because you were not created to live in fear. You were not created to live in uncertainty. You were not created to settle for less than what you were made for, but you were created to rise, created to soar, created to fulfill, and the time is now. The moment is here. The opportunity is before you, and all you have to do is believe that you are meant for more, believe that your life has meaning, believe that even when you feel lost, even when you feel weak, even when you feel unsure, there is a plan for you, there is a purpose for you, there is a future waiting for you that is greater than anything you could have imagined. So stand tall, walk boldly, live with the unshakable confidence that you are not here by accident, not here by mistake, not here to simply exist, but you are here to thrive, to grow, to step into the fullness of who you were meant to be, because this world needs you, this world needs your heart, your voice, your passion, your fire, and no matter how hard life tries to convince you otherwise, no matter how many voices tell you that you are not enough, no matter how many times you have been knocked down, the truth remains the same. You were created with purpose, and nothing can ever take that away. Now is the time to step into your calling. Now is the time to let go of fear. Now is the time to embrace the truth that you were made for more, because the world is waiting. Destiny is calling, and the only question left to ask is, will you believe it? My friend, hear me when I say that fear is a liar. Fear is a thief. Fear is a shadow that tries to creep into your mind, into your heart, into your very soul, and tell you that you are not enough, that you will never make it, that you are too weak, too broken, too lost to move forward. But I am here to tell you that faith is stronger than fear. Faith is the light that shatters the darkness. Faith is the fire that burns through every doubt, every hesitation, every uncertainty. And when you choose to walk in faith, when you choose to trust, when you choose to believe that there is a way forward, even when you can't see it, even when you don't feel it, even when everything around you is shaking, then fear loses its grip, fear loses its power, fear loses its voice, because faith is greater, faith is unshakable, faith is the force that moves mountains, breaks chains, and lifts you higher than you ever thought possible. And yet so many live bound by fear, so many live paralyzed by doubt, so many live trapped in the what-ifs, the worries, the anxieties of tomorrow, forgetting that fear does nothing but steal your joy, steal your dreams, steal your purpose. But faith restores, faith strengthens, faith builds up, faith carries you through the storm, through the valley, through the moments when you feel like giving up, through the nights when you cry out wondering if you'll ever make it, through the battles when you feel outnumbered, outmatched, overwhelmed. But faith does not waver. Faith does not give up. Faith does not surrender, because faith knows that there is something greater on the other side. Faith knows that every storm must pass. Faith knows that no matter how strong the fear may seem, it is never stronger than the power inside of you, because faith does not bow to fear. Faith does not shrink in the face of adversity. Faith does not retreat when the battle gets hard, but faith stands, faith fights, faith rises. You see, fear will always try to tell you that the worst will happen. Fear will always try to convince you that you are alone. Fear will always try to remind you of every failure, every mistake, every time you have fallen short. But faith tells a different story. Faith reminds you that you have been carried through before. Faith reminds you that no matter how many times you have fallen, you have always gotten back up. Faith reminds you that you are stronger than you think, braver than you know, more capable than you can even imagine. And when you choose to listen to faith instead of fear, when you choose to stand on faith instead of doubt, when you choose to trust in something greater than yourself, then suddenly the things that once seemed impossible The things that once seemed out of reach, the things that once held you back, no longer have power over you because faith has taken their place. Faith has filled the space where fear once lived. Faith has stepped in and declared that you are not weak, you are not lost, you are not alone, you are not defeated, because you were made for more, you were made for victory. You were made to overcome. But here's the truth, my friend. Faith is not the absence of fear. Faith does not mean that you will never feel afraid. Faith does not mean that doubts will never come knocking on your door. But faith means that even when fear is screaming in your face, even when fear is pressing against your chest, even when fear is doing everything in its power to make you turn back, you make the decision to move forward anyway. You make the choice to believe anyway. You make the commitment to trust anyway. Because faith is not about never feeling fear. Faith is about refusing to let fear control you. Faith is about standing up when fear tells you to sit down. Faith is about speaking truth when fear tells you to stay silent. Faith is about stepping into the unknown when fear tells you to run the other way. Because fear may be loud, fear may be persistent, fear may come at you from every direction. But faith is unshakable. Faith is immovable. Faith is the rock beneath your feet when everything else is crumbling. And when you hold on to faith, when you refuse to let go, when you anchor yourself in something stronger than fear, then nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you from walking into your destiny. And I know there are moments when fear feels overwhelming. I know there are moments when the weight of the unknown feels too heavy. I know there are moments when you wonder if you are strong enough, brave enough, capable enough to keep going, but that is exactly why faith is so powerful, because faith does not require you to have all the answers. Faith does not require you to see the whole picture. Faith does not require you to have it all figured out. Faith simply requires that you take one step forward, one step toward the future that is waiting for you, one step toward the promise that is already yours, because faith knows that even the smallest step, even the tiniest act of trust, even the quietest whisper of belief is enough to break the chains of fear, is enough to open the doors that seemed locked, is enough to shift the course of your life. Because faith is not about how big your belief, faith is about where your belief is placed, and when you place it in something greater than your fears, when you place it in something stronger than your doubts, when you place it in something that cannot be shaken, then fear loses every single time. And so I ask you today, will you choose faith? Will you choose to believe even when it's hard? Will you choose to trust even when you don't see the way? Will you choose to take that first step even when fear is screaming at you to stay where you are? Because I promise you that faith will not fail you. Faith will not abandon you. Faith will not leave you empty. Faith will not let you down. Because faith is a foundation that will hold you up when everything else falls apart. Faith is the shield that will protect you when the battle is raging. Faith is the strength that will carry you when you feel like you can't take another step. Because faith is not just an idea. Faith is not just a feeling. Faith is a force. Faith is a fire. Faith is the very thing that will push you forward when fear is trying to hold you back. And when you hold on to faith, when you cling to it with everything in you, when you refuse to let fear win, then you will see that you are stronger than you ever thought possible, braver than you ever imagined, more capable than you ever knew. Because faith was always within you. Faith was always your anchor. Faith was always your weapon. And now it's time to use it. So stand up, rise up, shake off the fear that has tried to hold you down. Silence the doubts that have tried to steal your dreams. Walk forward in boldness. Walk forward in confidence. Walk forward with the unshakable belief that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you when faith is leading the way. Because fear may try to speak. Fear may try to intimidate. Fear may try to convince you to quit. But faith has the final word. Faith has the final say. Faith is the force that will lift you higher, push you further, take you exactly where you were meant to be. Because faith overcomes fear. Faith breaks every chain. Faith opens every door. Faith makes the impossible possible. And today is the day you choose faith over fear. Today is the day you step into your destiny. Today is the day you believe that no matter what comes your way, faith will always win.